During the long winter nights, when the cold light of street lamps flickers, hidden behind the curtains of ordinary homes, evil lurks. In a city nestled among mountain peaks, a grim tale emerged of a remorseless serial killer whose bloodlust surpassed all imaginable limits. Shrouded in the guise of an ordinary citizen, he concealed his true nature. Under the cover of night, when dreams were powerless to resist, he ventured onto the streets, his eyes gleaming with the haunting abyss. He selected his victims with childlike playfulness, concealing his sinister intentions amidst their peaceful routines. When the moment arrived, he invaded their homes like a ghost, instilling them with agonizing terror. His victims were frozen in fear, hapless puppets from whom he drained the last drops of life. But his insatiable craving went beyond mere vitality. The maniac, a devotee of darkness and malevolence, yearned for something greater. He extracted their most precious treasure, their brains. It became his macabre obsession, his triumph over human existence. He opened the skulls of his victims, delving into their brains with a horrifying delight. Each time he delved deeper, reveling in the artistry of their demise. Every bite, every gaze into the depths of the human consciousness allowed him to feel like the greatest surgeon in the history of mankind. The killer, possessing a terrifying cruelty, transformed murder into an art form. He transformed the human mind into his dark sustenance, devouring their thoughts, ideas, and stories until they became empty shells of soulless essence. He worshipped a power that only he could comprehend, and his sanity descended further into madness. The killer, possessing a terrifying cruelty, transformed murder into an art form. He transformed the human mind into his dark sustenance, devouring their thoughts, ideas, and stories until they became empty shells of soulless essence. He worshipped a power that only he could comprehend, and his sanity descended further into madness. Weeks turned into months as they clashed on the battlefield of minds. And finally, in an inconspicuous basement of the city where the horrific crimes took place, they confronted each other. Tension permeated the air as they engaged in their deadly struggle. Cold calculation and intellect against the monster. But just when victory seemed within reach, the killer made one final desperate move. He dealt himself a fatal blow, choosing death over defeat. Yet his malevolent legacy remained in the city, where the rivers of blood and thoughts left an indelible mark. The story of this killer of terror and annihilation became a legend, whispered in hushed tones on desolate streets. Voices cautioning against recklessness echo in the night winds. Dark corners and forgotten places come alive with chilling tales of the brain devourer, whose otherworldly desires continue to haunt anyone daring to disturb his rest.